Hey, good morning, guys. I've got part two of the video. The first one dealt with case side. Now this part will show you how to set up case plan side. I've already got the plan side labeled at the top. I got my resolution down. Now, on case side, I had the resolution that guides the whole debate for the whole class. Resolve: the United States federal government should significantly increase gun control in all 50 states. We went through harm, inherency, solvency. Plan side is an extension of solvency that really goes into detail how to fix this problem. So this resolution, you'll notice, is different because now if I'm a student in my class, this is my solution to help solve all that stuff. So I came up with, as student resolution, the United States federal government should significantly increase mental health background checks for purchasing guns in all 50 states. And I should have put in here, federal government. Okay? And I screwed up federal. Use my grammar check. In all 50 states. Now remember, that's the one that you and your partner come up with, or if you decide that you want to work alone, you come up with. That's what guides it. Now you could do topicality on this. I'm not requiring it. So you could define should, significant, increase. You could define mental health. You could define background checks. You could define what constitutes a purpose to me. Let's get to the point. So real quick here, come back up again. Go to your Roman numerals. The first thing you're going to have is plan. The second thing, plan evidence. The third thing you're going to have will be funding. Got to pay for it. The next thing that you will have is enforcement. If people don't do what you say. And the last thing is so cool, it's fiat. Now you come up to your plan and you come down, enter or return, tab it in. And I'm just going to put a number 1 here. I'm going to put a number 2 here. I'm going to put a number 3 here. I'm going to put a number 4 here, because I have seen over the years, people usually have about, they'll get to H-I-J. I have watched people go through the alphabet and come back with AA, BB, CC. They have such a detailed plan that they want to institute, and they really want the details for it. So you decide. But this is the steps that I'm going to put in place to increase mental health background checks. Somebody goes, how are you going to do that? There's how you do it right here. Step 1, step 2, step 3, in the order of the process that you have come up with. Then under plan evidence, you need 2 things. So I'm going to tab it in with A. I'm going to call it evidence. Let's go back to evidence 1, keep it the same. Come down here, go with evidence number 2, keep it the same. You have to have evidence and have at least 2 pieces required that say that plan up above is going to work. So you better have something that says mental health background checks work to help gun control, to decrease those killings that you're talking about in your harm A and B. Funding, this is the fun part. Don't be talking smack about what you're going to do, because this is going to be good. Call it funding 1. Come down here, funding 2, as you got in there. Now, if you say your plan's going to need $10 million and you're just going to raise taxes, good luck with that. Okay? Now, the question will come up, Mr. Gross, well, if I want to increase taxes, and let's just say we're going to tax gas. Okay? Very arguable. Do we have to have evidence that says it'll work? Okay, I'm going to tell you something straight up. That's up to you. We're not debating it in class. Should you? Absolutely. So you better know what you're talking about. You're backed up, looked at both sides of the coin, and tried to find the best way to do that. Underneath enforcement, it's the same thing. You got to have 2. So once I tab in, I go, here's 1. Come over here, here's 2. Enforcement, remember, if people don't do my plan, this is how the trouble they get into. So if I send this out to the states and you got that one stubborn state that says, we're not doing that, that's ridiculous. Do you have jurisdiction to go punish them and cut off, let's just go with the most basic thing, cut out federal funds to them? That's what you have to find out. Finally, the last part of plan is fiat. And this is the part where a lot of times in debate, people don't, on the negative side, really have anything. So they argue the current makeup of government, where it is Republican-based or it's Democratic-based, and it's heavy on those sides, they would never vote for this plan. It would never get voted in. That's what this turns into. I don't want that. I want to teach you how to think very critically, organize your thoughts, and back it up with good, solid evidence. That's what I'm looking for here. So if you start out with case side in the first one, you add on plan side, you can see how detailed this gets. Cool.